Okay, we're back in front of the Kubota F3060. The surgeon says that the patient should survive. So we've got this thing stripped down pretty good. We have a contract where we're cutting some hills, like a long 600-foot long hill. Not very, it's only about 20 feet from the parking lot to the road, but it's straight up. So this machine, you know, these Kubotas are really incredible hill climbers. But the only thing about climbing those hills is a lot of weight, the operator's weight going on, the steering wheel torquing and twisting and pushing and pulling. So I'll show you in a minute. There's a steering wheel itself. There's some plastic covers that go on there. Down in here there's the steering shaft, this little metal thing here. So it goes down in there, and underneath the headlight here is the actual cast iron. It's like a little hydrostatic steering box. It's a steering box, so orbital. Well, that's the other tractor out there at our site. We just changed one of the hoses back here. Way down in there, you can see just below that metal rod, there's 3 hoses. That's what powers that steering box. So we're going to check this out, clean all the dirt off of it, look for any broken welds. So this is the piece that broke off, just paper thin tubing. And I'll take the caliper and I'll measure that. It's, you know, a bit thicker than a 16th, but not much. And there was a rubber bushing in this section here. We had trouble getting out. So you can't really stick that back on there and weld it. And the U-joint for the steering was right below this, so there's no way to push it out. So it kind of had to completely come off. So I got it over here, clamped in the vise, and I think what I'm going to do is use a wood clamp and clamp it like something like that. I went and found a piece of tubing, very similar size, shape. I didn't have a lot of choice. And I think I'm going to put a gusset in here, maybe weld that on, and make it a little more stronger, so that'll kind of brace it on that side. And then over here, this piece here, if they'd have cut this out about, I don't know, 1/4 inch longer, they could have welded this bottom edge of this onto this plate over here, and that would have given it a little more torsional strength. But, you know, it does have 1,600 hours on it, so it's not new anymore. So I think I'm going to fire up the MIG welder and just tack weld around here and start fixing this thing. So there I went. I found a woodworker's, like it's a pipe clamp. It's clamped on there. That's pretty much the way it was. Yep, so I'm going to fire up the MIG, just maybe tack 3 spots and I don't know, get going here. So right in here, I'm always looking for spots like this so you can kind of strengthen up. So I'm going to cut a little tab of metal, maybe come up part way up here, down to here, and that'll brace that. Make it a little stronger than original, and same on the far side over here, I'll do the same. Cut 2 pieces, weld them in there. The bolt's got to fit nice and flush, but I can grind the weld off after. And then over here on this side, I think I showed you that already, you just got to bevel the bottom edge down here for that to fit nice and flat. And we'll clean the paint off up here, weld this on. And it's just a little piece of electrical conduit. It's pretty much the same pipe as what this is made out of. Almost as close to pretty close. So at first I was looking for something larger diameter than this. It would slip over this, and I think this is a better option. So I'll get that cut on an angle. We'll clean the paint off, and then I'll come back and we'll make this little piece for here. Get going. Oh, it's still hot. Hot off the press. So we'll see. Maybe a little touch up. Grind a little off that edge. That should work. Yeah. That's going in there. Okay, I beveled it a little bit too. That should work. Okay, one more and it's coming. Okay, I think I just realized that this thing just goes on like that. So obviously we can't put these two pieces in here. It's a good thing I checked it. But I'm gonna cut this off. I'm gonna leave a little bit in there. That little tab in there will work, and I might make that little piece go in there too. Because it goes up flush there. I think it goes either like this. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Yeah, that groove there is for this bolt to fit on. Fits in that little recessed spot. So as it tilts forward and back, this moves like so. And then the chrome piece with the lever fits in here, and it lines up with the teeth. Can you guys see that? Oh, behind this rubber. So there, yeah, so that's what gives you your adjustable, kind of like saw teeth, almost like a gear. Yep, so we'll just take the grinder and we'll cut that off flush, grind it down flush. Yeah, can't do that, but I can still add the piece on the other side, and I got burned through a little bit. I think I had the temperature a little too high. That's okay. I'd rather get good penetration, and I may have to take a die grinder. It's not too bad in there, but there's a few little, so we'll die grind that out. That rubber's got to go back in that hole. Yeah, that'll work. They could have done that. They could have added that piece in there. I still left almost half of it. It's welded in there pretty nicely. I am going to still put the little piece on this side too. That's going to strengthen it. Okay, that's going in there. The only thing left now is I'm going to weld this in, so I'm going to clean the paint off right there. It's fitting pretty good. I just beveled that edge right there to fit down in here. That's, the paint's been removed on that already. Oh, there it is, all finished up. Yeah. This second bolt here, I don't know what it's for yet. I hope none of this is in the way. If I have to cut it out, I have to cut it out. So I'll just give it a quick wire brush. I'm going to just dab some paint on there quickly, and that's ready to go back on the machine tomorrow. I think that's way stronger. Should be good for another 1,600 hours. So that'll go back together again tomorrow. Put it all back together, and this may be all you're going to see of this video. I don't think it was tricky to kind of get the U-joint. I took the U-joint right off, hooked it on a piece of wire, and dropped it in a pail of oil. So I should show you that. Then I have the chance to do that right now. These U-joints, a 15-year-old tractor, maybe even 20, I don't know. So this pail of oil is left over from when we did the transmission on the L2850. There's the U-joint. Well, it'll definitely dry out in there, so here's a chance. Let it soak overnight and re-lubricate that U-joint. So it's a couple of simple tools. Really, the MIG welder and a grinder is all you need. Hammer and a pair of pliers, and I think under $1 worth of material. That's fixed. So I think the dealer have that part available. I didn't check this time, but last time I checked, I don't know, it's probably $200-300, and you might not get it for 2 or 3 days. So this thing would be unoperable. You couldn't use it for 2 or 3 days. So this way, we paint it right now. Tomorrow morning, come in and reassemble it. It's back out, and I think it's better than it originally was designed. So I hope that just shows you can fix just about anything if you put your mind to it. Thanks for watching.